Hi there, Judy here. We're going to talk about going with your flow. Now, this is a plain piece of white paper. It's not a blank screen. And I'm going to show you some simple tricks to make some really flowing type art. And of course, I'm going to use my favorite tool, which is a pencil with an eraser. Now, when I start down the corner here, I never start, and I've said this before, I don't start directly in the corner. I kind of start above it, and I'm going to make some sweeping lines like this. Curl it. And then I'm going to do another sweeping line like this, and maybe another one, oops, going off the page, another one like this, and down here is a corner, so I'm going to show you. Okay. Bring another one up here like this, and then just for the heck of it, we will go up here. Now when you look at the whole design, there it is, and it's on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, copy paper. And all I did was I made it flowing lines. Now I'm going to fill this out a little bit with some, in Zentangle they call this the aura, the second line, because this is going to be a little plant life, and it needs a way to get the nutrients to the plants. So I'm going to do this way. This is why I have an eraser. Oh, God bless pencils. Okay, and I go down like this. And then I want to continue this on. I'm not being too fussy right now. I want to put a line here. This one could be a little thicker. All right. Oh, one more left right here. All right, so there you have it. Now I'm going to build on this. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think what I'll do here is I'm going to make a kind of conical shape here. Another circle here. Another circle here. I think I'll make another conical shape here. And then here I'll make another circle here. Now these are going to be like the centerpieces of flowers. And I'm going to start putting the petals on it. And that's a Zen doodle trick that I'm doing. I've talked to you about Zen doodle before in my other videos. Now every other one. And don't worry about erasing lines right at this point. You just want to get the design in. Now the difference between a piece of art and a design is a design is a design. This might be something that you might design for a dress or a napkin you're designing or a greeting card. So I call it a design. It's not really realistic, it's more cartoony. So I'm just going out here and I made a flower. Now when we get here, I want this to be a half a flower, or it could be a bud. That might be even more interesting. All right, then over here, another flower. I'm trying to hit every other, peak. Now I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to make it the back of a flower, because that seems to be what it's suggesting. And here, I'm going to go down here, is going to be a bigger flower. I think these are zinnias, I don't know. That's one of my favorite flowers too. And I have a heck of a time growing them in my garden. I have a green thumb for some things and not for others. And I'm thinking garden because we are already in spring, but we got snowstorms coming again. Oh, must be God's sense of humor. Well, I would say we're not in a drought any longer. So I'm going to make this my biggest flower. So I'll continue with this layering system because I want this to be the X zone, as I call it. The one that your eye gets pulled to. Well, the sun is going to come out and streak across my table. I try filming between bursts of sun. Okay. I think I'll do another layer of this. And down here, I thought I would make this sort of like it's just opening up. And I think I'll have another one in the center here. Let's go back up here and give this a little. So we'll take this and we'll go like this and do this. Now I might come in and straighten those lines up a little bit more. All right, so this looks good. This looks good. It's coming in another way. So I'm happy pretty much with all of that. And now I want to start putting the leaves in. Now down at the base, I want to make the leaves pretty big. Zinnias have lots of leaves. And remember that to draw behind is to just eliminate lines that are in front of whatever's behind. If that made any sense, I don't know if it did. Now, as we get closer to the flower itself, I'm going to shorten the leaves a bit. And I think to make them more interesting, I'll stagger them. Notice how everything is kind of flowing in a circle. And that one will flow in a circle. That one will flow in a circle. And this one will flow down to balance up the top. And then you have this guy. Whoop. Now, I think I should start to get more permanent with this because if I'm going to place the leaves in, I need to have a permanent stem for them to rest on. So I shorten that up considerably. And I'll put it over. Okay. I think I'm losing my flow here, so I'm going to bend this leaf up a little bit. Okay. Is that showing? I had to redo this because I found myself way out of range of the camera. So I'm redoing this. And I think I'll redo this. Well, I don't know. That did not turn out very good. Now this is why I'm trying to establish how this is going to be. And maybe this should be more direct and get rid of this. Though that's round, I'm still getting that round feeling because I'm starting to run into a conflict. And here, there's always little leaves off the stems of the flowers, so here we go. Start reinforcing these lines. There. Now, you can see it's flowing and going all kinds of different ways. I think I should change this too. So I'm going to do that. And the reason being, it's too confusing. So if it looks confusing, go back and redraw it. If you don't think it's going to work, come down and we're going to do something a little more direct here. That's much better. Then I can do this big thing. Come back in. Get that so you can see it. So I'm changing things up as I go because I can see there's going to be some problems later. And the last thing I want to do is have a problem when I am in my final stages of developing this, which I will be at some point. Alright, so you get the general idea is, if it isn't working for you, change it. How can you change it? It's all about problem solving. This one is another one. I think I want to end that there and get rid of these lines. See that? It was way much around. I could do that, but it looks like I'm forcing it. And I'm trying to make it within, somewhat the realm of reality. So I'm going to change that. And there you go. And then that leaf can go behind. There we go. That's much more interesting. So I have big flowers, little flowers, flowers almost open, and one is a bud, and then different sized leaves, and there's flowing going on. And that's how you create a really fun kind of composition. Tap, come on. Thing gets so, it's not clear. I guess it is. Anyway, so I did a couple of others. I did this one, and I decided to put a bird in it, and that gives it even more life. This has kind of a Pennsylvania Dutch look to it. Kind of fun. And then I did this one, and I don't have any animals in it, but I could put animals in it, or an animal in it. A butterfly maybe for this one. And then my final one is this. And I used an entirely different flower here. I don't know what these are called. They grow in my garden. But I don't know what they're called. I bought them because I liked them, but I didn't get the name of them. So anyway, this is this flower. This is quite nice. This is very nice. Anyway, you can go from what I was doing to something nice and finished like this. This will make a nice card for someone, or even a painting, maybe in a child's room. Anyway, thank you for dropping by my studio, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.